Folks, thanks for joining us today on the Van University monthly webinar. Today's April 26th. I'm Ryan Girardi, and with us today is Mike Anderson from the Rikess Group. How are you today, Mike?
I'm well, thanks.
Good, glad you're here. And Tom Gregg, founder and president of Vehicle Acquisition Network. Hello, Tom.
Great, thanks, Ryan. Thrilled to have Mike Rikess brother Mike Anderson on the call today. Part of the Rikess Group. I've known Mike for a couple years now. I've been really impressed with the way that the Rikess Group has been quite a bit far ahead of the time for negotiations. And Mike, how long did you say that the Rikess Group has been teaching one price philosophy?
Well, we've been in business 30 years, been 29, just short of 29 years of the negotiation-free philosophy.
So it's safe to say that they were far ahead of time when it was less fashionable to be a one-price dealership. And the focus of today is to reduce the friction and increase profits and acquire more vehicles. So having Mike on the call again it's a pleasure for us to be able to share some of the wisdom that he's been sharing with dealerships and coaching stores to be better today.
Tom, thanks so much for the introduction. I appreciate that. So I think quite frankly, 30 years ago was probably a little bit ahead of its time. The standing joke is we were negotiation free before Al Gore created the internet. So it was really early, and it was really almost avant-garde, right? There were about 12 dealers in the country that were negotiation free. What really started to put the catalyst behind negotiation free selling was obviously Saturn. There's a lot of things you can say about Saturn, but the consumer experience was remarkable. I mean, it was really probably not the greatest car on the road, but the consumers absolutely loved the vehicle. And what they loved most about the vehicle was the purchase experience. So that was kind of the catalyst for that.
What's interesting, Mike, is also you brought up the fact about the customer experience. So
Right.
That's something that is more of a common buzzword today, is the margin compression, dealers' used car profits declining, and consumers are looking for a better experience. So I'm thrilled to have you share some of your wisdom today to help our dealers to get better in all these areas of focusing on a better experience from the sellers, either the sellers or the individual trading a vehicle from their perspective, as well as finding a way to combat the margin compression.
One of the things I think that becomes really important, it's very evident today that customers are looking, well, let me back up. What I would say is every time I turn a page in a trade journal or look at a online report, we're hearing about how many customers hate the vehicle purchase experience at dealerships. And I really don't think they hate buying a car, they just hate the experience. So this vehicle evaluation process, or the trade-in process, is one of the highest levels of anxiety for a customer. So if we can reduce the friction during the trade appraisal process, I think we can really improve or reduce the friction and improve the customer experience.
I'm going to summarize what we went through today for our audience. And if there's any questions, folks, now is definitely the time to ask them. But if I could summarize what we looked at today, looking at the trade evaluation process for the purpose of getting more trades and increasing the margins in those. You want to have a process. You want to bring the seller along and make them part of that process. And you want to show them what you're seeing and get their agreement on what needs to be addressed, maybe what the blemishes are with the vehicle, and let them agree along the way, and then present that offer to them in a summarized fashion so that they can see everything they already agreed to. And then, as you said at the end, stand firm on your offer as well.